the last truly revolutionary iron?
Ping I2.
And honestly, I think it's the right answer, right? If there really hasn't almost been anything since, right? And when you talk to knuckleheads like me and Dr. Vincent, that's the holy grail. Honestly, when we look at creating magic in an iron, that's the one that we all go back and look at. It's the Ping I2. And it comes up over and over and over and over and over again. And honest to God, I have thought about the Ping I2 since I really got in this side of the business in 1990. And when you look at really the genius of the Ping I2, it was a lot of things, but I think really it was this club that anybody could play, right? In fact, almost anybody still plays, right? Whether it's Calcavecchia or Billy Mayfair, and Mayfair switched by now, but there's still a lot of guys that still play that club, and Mr. and Mrs. Haverkamp could play. Everybody could play it, and it was just this thing that just became so ubiquitous. It was incredible. I think we lost the point completely, and we got so focused on what the Ping I2 was as an object. What we really didn't get was really the concept that Karsten put into it. And the concept, honestly, that he put into it was that. It was a clean sheet of paper. And it just ended up looking like what that thing looked like. But it was completely radical, wasn't it? So was the Anzer putter, so was the original metal wood, to maybe a lesser extent the R7, which blew people away, the Spider putter, which people had a hard time, but it was just completely new thinking, and it happened to take place or come to life in this kind of form. So we decided that the way that we have looked at building irons forever here was screwed up, completely off, wrong. That doesn't mean that we turned out, this would be the caveat, that doesn't mean that we turned out a bad product, because I don't think we did. I actually think we turned out a really nice product. But if you looked at the products, there certainly haven't been quantum leaps in performance, right? You know, we can shave the top line a little bit, and we can take the offset, and we can do a better blend, and we can work with Faldo and do some other things. But the bottom line is a 6-iron pretty much performed like a 6-iron, and the MOI would go up 8%, and somebody might talk to you about improved notch weighting, and I promise you, when somebody gets in front of you and talks about improved notch weighting, they got nothing to tell you. I mean that. There's nothing there. But our market share is going up, and our clubs are better, but our brand is better, right? Our brand is hotter. We got more players. We got more excitement. We're doing a good job aesthetically, and that doesn't mean that Benoit and the team haven't done good things, but we haven't reinvented the category. And honestly, what the Ping I2 did, it took the category and it threw it completely on its ear. And it did it because they looked at it differently. And they had the courage to really try to design and develop something that was going to be polarizing, right? Which Spider putter. There were tons of people, including the fellow that opened the show, that when he first saw the Spider putter, or me with a rescue, said, shit can it? Doesn't fit. I don't know what the hell you guys are doing. But when you see the performance of the product, those things find their way. So did the Anzer, so did the Metalwood, so did the Ping I2. We haven't done anything outrageously innovative, and nor have they. In fact, we're going to show you, really nobody has until today. And if you want to improve performance, if you want to revolutionize the performance, you have to reinvent what you do. It's the only way to do it. You got to take risks. You got to do things completely differently, which is what we did here. Let's go to the next one. So if we're going to revolutionize it, we have to reinvent it. And the way that we go ahead, the way that we would build irons in the past is we would start, like we always have, with a 6-iron, and we would work on a 6-iron. We would bring whatever technologies we'd been working on, whether it's inverted cone or whatever it was, and then we would bring it together, we would add the technology to the club, and when we finished the 6-iron, we would go and do the long irons, and then we would go and do the short irons, all off of the 6-iron. And what you end up getting that, right, somebody said, if you do the same thing every time and expect different results, it's the definition of insanity, right? And then we would do that, and we would get a really nice set of clubs that sort of made sense, but they did pretty much what all the others did. They just might look a little bit different or improve performance slightly. We wanted to create the longest, most predictable, most playable set of irons ever. Ever. Not by a little bit, but by a ton. By a lot. How are we going to do that? The thing that really the Ping I2, the genius of the club really sort of manifests itself in the marketplace, because the Ping I2 was a club that could fit pretty much everybody. Are you ever going to replace with a Ping I2 all the MP29s, all the 33s, all the 30s, all the TP smokes, all the, probably not. But you're going to replace most of them if you have an idea that performs dramatically different, to the point where after somebody hits it, they look at the other guy and they say, oh my God, I can't believe what I just saw. And what you guys are going to see when we get up there, you're going to see no different than the hot list and what happened in the hot list. What you're going to see is, I don't believe what I just saw. You're going to see it when you hit it, and you're going to see it when the robot hits it, and you're going to see it when we have TrackMan there, that you're going to see performance of this product unlike any iron has ever performed, ever. Not by a little bit, by a lot.
This is the inside of the Kingdom here at TaylorMade, Carlsbad, California. Absolutely perfect day. Here for the launch of the new R9 driver from TaylorMade. See some of the media still out hitting balls. So what'd you think, Bob? You were one of the demonstrators of how this new technology works on the R9. What'd you think?
Yeah, I was a little bit of a guinea pig. They had me hit some balls, warm up, and then they had me hit a normal 4-iron and the new burner 4-iron. Difference in yardage, probably about 19 yards.
No.
In carry.
Let me clarify. That was actually a Callaway 4-iron and the new burner.
Correct.
So
Callaway 4-iron and the new burner. I think on just total carry distance, I was about 11 yards longer with the new burner, and total overall distance with hitting the ground, any run, that type of thing, I was 19 yards difference. So
unbelievable. It's
amazing.
Well, what did you think of the feel? It felt real solid, huh?
Oh yeah. I mean, normally you look at a game improvement iron, something like that, and they feel kind of a little hollow, a little thin, a little clunky. This, even though it does have a little bit wider sole, it's a phenomenal feel with the club, and the ball just rockets right off the face.
A nice low trajectory, nothing
it doesn't
up too
balloon
high.
up at all, and you're able to keep the spin rate down on it a little bit, where the ball kind of gets up, stays up in the air, but it comes down a little bit softer, a little more straight down when it hits the green.
Well, that's why you're the playa. Nice job.